And my condolences to you and your family.
Thank you.
Just want to say that now before we go live, because people are nosy. They want to know what happened, and it's not their business.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're already live, y'all. How y'all doing?
You didn't tell me Ashley was joining us, yo. I would have tagged in.
I
Mm.
did. I told you she was
Right?
joining us a while
You didn't
back.
say that. Nope, you didn't say that.
I
You
told you
said
like
you
last
said
week,
you don't.
right?
You didn't know.
I literally told you like last week this was Ashley's idea,
Oh,
but it's all good. A
well, you
lot
did
was
say that
happening last week.
on Wednesday when we was
Yes,
doing the
I did.
last review. No,
I,
you did
I
not.
literally said all. Well, she's here
I didn't hear you say all that, yo.
because you were too busy ragging on the fucking movie we were fucking reviewing. That's why.
Oh
Mm,
man.
right. That's what it was. Yeah.
Wasn't the word I quote spaghetti western? Reg,
Yep.
you lost your blackness.
Spaghetti West. Spaghetti
Reg, you lost
Western.
your
Yep.
blackness. Wasn't? Didn't you say those words?
That's what it was.
What?
That's what it was. Yep. Spaghetti
Oh my
Western.
god.
That's what I said.
Didn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Now, how's everyone doing?
I'm good.
I'm alright for the most part. I'm just taking things day by day.
That's what we're supposed to do in this world.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I just can't get over the fact that there was what a freaking shooting at that in Kansas City like during the parade.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't even celebrate after a Super Bowl victory? You kidding me?
Right. That part.
Yeah,
That
a
part.
local DJ was killed during that whole incident, and then like 8 or 9 kids were wounded, and I don't know how many other people, but it was just like, this is crazy. Yeah,
Welcome to
prayers up to
America.
Kansas City, man.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm. And we only in February, and like,
Crazy.
you just can't do anything fun or exciting anymore.
And that's the sucky part.
Yeah. Mm.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah.
Originally, I was gonna go.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
I was about to say, yeah, these these albums definitely were long overdue for this, and I got plenty of reasons why that is.
I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all not gonna like what I see in this review. So
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm just gonna say it right now.
Yeah, yeah. You kind of gave me a heads up before we hopped on lives.
Mm-mm-mm.
Rest in
Oh,
peace,
were
Mama
y'all able?
DeBarge.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, were y'all able to? Did y'all do the Troop double album review?
Nah, we didn't want to do it without you since it was your idea.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
That's one thing about me. If somebody requests a review and they're not here for, I'm not gonna do that shit.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well,
And they don't donate. So
right.
Exactly that part.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
who's Edeline DeBarge? Who the hell is that?
That's
Yeah.
the DeBarge mama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she
I
died.
saw.
The,
I
the
saw
mother died.
that. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. The mom passed away. Prayers up to the DeBarge family too.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said she went to the hospital like last week or some shit.
Uh-huh.
Did they say what the reason was?
They said she's been sick for a while.
Oh. Oh.
Wow. That's crazy.
BJ, try any guitar you want, boy. Why you ask? I never
Why
played
he wants to?
guitar in my life.
He ain't doing no guitar. Stop it. He ain't doing that shit. You gonna decide to play
Whatever.
guitar now?
There's
Mm.
nothing wrong with that. I play
You ain't doing that.
saxophone and shit. I started playing saxophone when I was in
You ain't
college.
doing that shit.
I didn't
You
know
must be
that,
going through a
Reg.
midlife
I
crisis
did
or
not
something.
know that. I did not know that, Reg. Like all the years I've
I
known
played
you
guitar
during
when
our
I was younger.
college days, I did not know you played sax.
Oh yeah. I just don't brag about it a lot, you know. I try to keep it on the down low
He
because
ain't doing
I'm
that
not like
shit,
that.
bro. You going through a midlife crisis or something. There's no way in hell you decide to just start doing that. You just wake up today and say, "Oh, I want to play guitar." You know what I
You
mean?
know
What you
what?
need to
I've
do is
always
come
wanted to
on
play an
here.
instrument growing up.
Mm.
Yeah, because I know my older siblings, they played instruments when they were in school. Like one of my sisters played violin, and one of my other sisters and my brother, they both played flute, and I was like, wow.
Ooh, I used to play the clarinet too.
Oh man, yeah. But I mean, hey, I mean, I could still learn how to play something. I mean, you're never too old, so
Yeah.
why not?
Just to let y'all know, right after this review, I gotta get ready to go to Fayetteville and shit.
Oh, okay.
I gotta make a sale. By the way, try. You saw that text I sent you? But speaking of music, because I forgot who we were. Oh, speaking of which, whatever. So everyone is pretty much still talking about the Usher halftime show and
Oh
stuff like that
yeah,
too.
yeah. I'll admit that was the only reason why I I tuned in. It was for that reason. Because if I was going to
Same.
watch like a sporting event, I'm more than likely to watch a basketball game over a football game. That's just me.
I just didn't give a fuck about both teams, honestly, because everyone kept asking me, "Who do you want to win?" I was like, I really don't give a fuck. I just want to see Usher, and then that's it.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, to me, it didn't matter, and plus, I wasn't really rooting for those teams anyway, like that. So yeah, because like I said before, if I were to watch a sporting event, I'm more than likely to watch an NBA game over a football game. That's just me.
I don't.
And then
Then the
to me, I
last two.
think yeah, but then too to me, football got a lot going on. It's like, okay, yeah, I know the purpose of it and all that stuff, but it's just like so many different things going on, like how you get like flag on certain plays or this, that, and the
Right.
other. So,
I was at Tom Brady won all the damn rings and shit.
oh yeah, that man has a whole lot.
And besides, the Super Bowl was really the Taylor Swift show, honestly.
You were not the only person to say that. I know a couple other people saying the same thing.
Fuck that bitch.
I think that was the only reason why people were really tuning in to just to see T Swift out there.
Boy, if I even hear the name Taylor Swift one more time, I'm gonna punch somebody out with a swiftness. That's how I
Oh
feel.
my god. It ain't even that deep. It ain't even that deep.
Oh man, I'm so mad that she won Album of the Year over SZA, over all the women of color and shit. Come on now. Oh my
Yeah,
god, I
that I
can't believe
think
I
that's my I think
won.
that's my I think that's my only gripe with that because I'm like nothing against T Swift, even though I'm not a fan of hers like that. I feel like if you're gonna award somebody album of the year, give it to someone who's been bumping their stuff like from the jump, like immediately when it hit streaming or hit the shelves in music stores or whatever.
Right.
And to me, she's overhyped.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. You
Yeah,
never wrong.
because I never understood the appeal for her. I'm sorry. Like I said, I mean, it ain't nothing personal. I mean, I just never understood why a whole lot of people are like fond of T Swift stuff like that.
The only reason why she's famous is because of Kanye West. Let's keep it a buck.
Mm.
Christian said my mama saw Jodeci, Faith, Robin Thicke, Kenny Lattimore, Brian McKnight, Silk, and Locks. Locks.
Mm,
What the hell's the Locks doing with all these R&B cats? What the fuck?
wait, what type of list was that? Like,
For real.
I mean, when you said all them R&B names, I'm like, okay, maybe it's like an R&B list, but then you throwing in the Locks in there, that's where you lost me.
Yeah,
Look at all these
that was the
talented.
beat show we had for they were like the only rap artists on that tour show.
Mm.
Look at all these talented people in Katie Lattimore. Wow, that's fine.
He underrated. Don't get me wrong.
He
Like
is.
that man got good music.
Just give me his first album. I'm good with that. That's all I need to do. Really.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
Listen to
up with
that
it?
and Soul of a Man. I mean, those are good. To me, those are good. And Vulnerable, Vulnerable. That's another dope album he had.
Right. But you know what's crazy though? I didn't even know who Kenny Lattimore was until he started doing them songs with Shantae Moore, and Shantae Moore
Really?
accused
You
him of
didn't know
being.
that until you
Yeah,
really didn't know that until they did those duet albums together.
I didn't care for them like that. It's like okay, one
Really?
was good, but they just did a whole lot. I was like, okay, okay.
None of them.
Like I said, whenever if I want to go to sleep, I'll play Kenny Lattimore.
Okay, Reg. Okay,
What do you want, Reg?
You said
okay.
what?
You don't like dilated peoples. You don't like dilated peoples.
Nah, fuck dilated peoples.
Who?
Never cared for them. Overrated.
What's wrong with you?
Who's that?
Um, underground hip hop group.
What's wrong with them?
I just find their music boring, honestly.
Their music
Really?
is boring.
Yeah. See, this is the thing with West Coast alternative hip hop in the 2000s. I a lot of that West Coast alternative hip hop in the 2000s I never really cared for compared to like the Far Side, Hieroglyphics,
Mm-hmm.
They was
ACL
underground. What do you
Alone.
mean? All them niggas is
You
underground.
said what?
All of
I'm
those are
comparing it
underground.
from the nine. I'm comparing it from the '90s to the 2000s, and that's what I'm trying to say. I
Okay.
feel like West Coast alternative was much better than the night with Far Side, Hieroglyphics, AC Alone, Freestyle Fellowship. But I don't know, Jurassic 5, Dilated People. I just never cared for them like that. I don't know why.
I never heard of them until now, and
Cause you know why? Cause he was too busy bumping Nelly. That's why.
Now I was too busy bumping real music.
oh god.
Bumping EI.
Uh-oh. Andale, andale.
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh oh.
Uh-oh. Now
That's what he was
that's
bumping.
music. That's
I
music.
love
That's
that
music
song.
to
I'm
you?
not gonna front. I
Wow.
love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Country grammar shits on anything Dilated Peoples have done. Come on
You're
now.
Mm.
crazy. You're crazy.
I
Hell
never
I mean,
no.
heard of
I've been called
I never
crazy since
heard
I
of
was 5 years
Dilated
old.
People's music at all, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
have any idea.
Okay, we're about to start in about 5 more minutes and shit.
Okay.
Bro, I've been watching so much Family Matters, man. I kept saying, "Did I do that?"
Oh man.
Bro, next thing you know, I'm gonna start snorting and shit.
Oh man.
Hold up, try. Is this a show that you actually like though? I just want to ask you
Yes,
because you
it's a
know how.
show that I actually like.
All right.
Mhm.
Because you know how a try is and shit. When we do the reviews, like I don't like this show.
Wait, what shows don't you like?
You just watch a lot of goofy shit. You know what I'm
Well,
What's
wait, what
what's
show do
goofy?
you consider just straight goofy?
saying? Blazing Saddles, that shit that he was watching the other night. I couldn't even watch that.
That's an American classic,
I
man.
was like,
How
yo,
dare you? That's an American classic.
American classic? By who? By who?
That's
White people? Who?
oh
You
black
talking
people
about?
love that shit too. What you mean?
I don't know anybody
Black
black
people love that movie
that watched
too.
that shit. Like,
I
No,
have yet to
literally,
watch that movie. I mean, that show me.
literally, black people.
crazy.
Literally, one of my homeboys love that shit. You know,
Yeah.
I never watched it. I gotta peep that then.
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm just gonna describe one scene. A black and a white guy whoop a KKK member, and they dressed up like a KKK just to escape from somebody.
Oh
Oh
my
boy.
god.
What humor?
Oh, Christian, Facts of Life is on Tubi, by the way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A show I actually like and Try likes
Me
too.
too. Me too. I like Facts of Life.
Right? Right? Wow. It's good when
If
he's
you
not talking about, Seinfeld or, Frasier or Taxi.
My dad watched Frasier and
Yeah.
Seinfeld back in the day. Other shows my dad used to watch were Coach, Married with
ugh.
Children. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can keep Coach, man.
I never understood the appeal for it either. I never understood.
Yeah.
And I like Craig T. Nelson. That's the thing. I like Craig T. Nelson, but
Hmm. Yeah.
that show is just no wonder why they always put that show late at night in syndication because everybody was falling asleep watching that shit.
Mm. They used to show that during the daytime. I remember when I was like a little kid and I would see my
Yeah,
dad watching it during the daytime.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. Married with Children. That's my shit, though.
Yeah, yeah. My dad loved Married with Children.
If you saw the list that Reg plans on discussing, I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna show up for none of these joints. There's a couple in them. I was like, yeah, you ain't gonna see me for that.
What's it?
That's
What
fine.
exactly is on the
That's gonna
list?
be my day off. That's gonna be my
What's
day
what's
off.
what's on the list?
You got
227 is on the list.
no. This don't tell the whole list, nigga. Don't say just one show. You got a whole
What?
bunch. You got a whole bunch that you mentioned yesterday.
Just because I'm black don't mean we always have to talk about black sitcoms, nigga. Damn.
No, we don't. But to talk about like good sitcoms, like shit that wasn't boring,
Like what? Step by Step.
bro. So, some of these shows that he put on the list, I was like, yo, I'm not talking about none of these shows.
Mind you, I got surprises. I got some surprises coming.
You got
What you see on the list? What you see on the list is a smoke screen, pretty much.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
So what you got on the list is like a sneak preview of what's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't like the fucking, I'm not putting a gun to your motherfucking head and telling you to like this shit, nigga.
Bro, you have like, yo, he got rid of the list because I saw the list in the chat and I don't see it no more.
I didn't get rid of it. I just updated it. I'll send it
You
to you
updated
again.
the list?
Well, at some
All I'm
point-
going to reveal
at some
so
point
far is Family
afterwards, I'm gonna
Matters
have
and
to look
Laverne
at-
and Shirley. That's it.
At some point after this, I'll probably have to look at that list, or either you just forward it to me so I can see for
I
myself.
got you.
He had some
Okay.
bullshit on that list, bro. Family Matters was good. The good shows like Family Matters is cool and 227. Those are shows I watch. But you had shows on that list that I ain't never watched.
Like what?
You might as well have put like Third Rock from the Sun on there or some shit.
Whoa. You're not going to disrespect Third Rock. Hold
I
up.
was not a fan of that show.
Don't. Oh my God.
Nope.
Wait.
See?
Try. What else did you say besides Third Rock from the Sun?
He had 227. Yeah, Family Matters.
He's breaking up.
I think Married with Children. It was some other shows on there that I don't see the list anymore.
I'm gonna send it to you again. Shit, I told you it was a smoke screen, pretty much.
That's
I
a
got
smoke
surprises.
screen.
Don't
That's
worry
even
about
worse.
it.
That means it's more crap on that list that you put.
Like a shit. I got some shit coming. I'm just not gonna say shit because then everyone, if I do one shit, then everybody wants to do that shit.
Who just said if there's a documentary on ESG, you would watch it? Yeah, he would watch anything.
Well, I'm ready to start this review so y'all can watch this review and shit. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
Yo.
Light skin Jordan.
Yes.
I got my homegirl Ash with me.
What up?
What up? So today we're gonna do a double review tonight.
Mhm.
We're gonna do Ralph Tresvant's first two albums, self-titled,
Mhm.
and then we also gonna do 1994 is going down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got
Of
that
course,
one too.
oh, you got the is it going on the bed?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
got the
Cause
first one. I
yeah.
got the second
Here's
one.
the
I ain't got the
CD.
first one.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Yeah. Here's the CD for it's going down. But I think I have the case for it. I put in storage. I think.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All
Mhm.
right, so we're gonna start off with the first album, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So the first album came out in 1990, October 9th to be exact. You know what I'm saying? It was produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Alton Wilkie Stewart, Timmy Gatlin, Dale Simmons, Kyle West, Wolf, Epic, Vassal Benford, and L.A.J. Singles album is known for Sensitivity, Stone Cold Gentleman, and Do What I Gotta Do.
Mhm.
Guest appearances include Bobby Brown. Oh, he was the only guest appearance on this album. Okay, cool. All right. So we don't even have to go into who Ralph Tresvant is at this point because we already talked to death about New Edition. Um,
We did.
yeah, man. So let's get right into it. So what many people don't know was that originally this was not supposed to have been his first album.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He actually recorded an album that was supposed to have came out in like '87 or some
Mhm.
shit like that too. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But he there was many reasons why that got shelved because one of the reasons too was the fact that um he wanted to be loyal to the group and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I felt that that kind of cost him a bit, which we'll get into that in a minute.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then also because with the label and the whole new edition train with the Belle Biv DeVoe's coming out and the Bobby Browns and Johnny Gill, he kind of got like trapped in the wayside, trapped in the back and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, he pretty much hooked up with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and a couple other producers and stuff like that too. And 1990, this album came out. Oh, this actually came out November 20th. Excuse me.
Mhm.
So yeah, this album came out. Um, Ralph rocking a suit and tie before Justin Timberlake and stuff like that too. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
up with that mismatch? That the mismatch vest he was wearing.
It was the 90s. That was the style at the
Yeah,
time.
that was the style back then.
You don't think he looks weird with it?
Uh,
It
No,
was
it
the
was
90s. It was the style at the
I
time.
I
it
know.
was something that was yeah. We talking about 1990, so that was the thing with the fellas wearing the mixed match colors with
Like,
the suit and tie and all that stuff. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. To me,
no,
that's just me.
I just thought it was off. Like it just looked off on the album cover.
Yeah.
Mm, who knows? I'm
Yeah, Ray
glad.
Sean.
Oh, you doing mad about you? Really?
That's coming. I told you I love that show. Hold
A
up.
modern day white show that I actually like. It's not in
Yeah.
black and white.
That's like to me. That was like the '90s equivalent to Dick Van Dyke Show in a weird way.
Mm,
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
hot
But
take.
no, I'm not the only one that said that. A lot of people compare to Dick
Who
Van
said
Dyke,
that?
but it's
You
not.
comparing that to
That,
what? The Dick Van Dyke Show? You comparing that to Dick Van Dyke Show? No.
I'm not. I'm not comparing it, but it took a lot of influence from those older domestic shows. But we're gonna. I'm not gonna get into all that. I want to talk about Ralph and shit like that too, Ralphie. But like I said, I told you I got shit coming up soon. But nah, niggas want to focus on the bad.
Did you
Niggas
mm-hmm.
just
want to say
call
I
this
lost
nigga
my black.
Ralphie?
Nick, what?
Did you just call him Ralphie?
No.
Yeah, Ralphie. Yo, what?
What?
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Mm,
Y'all,
well,
y'all know like y'all know like to make jokes and shit. So
yeah.
come on. But in all seriousness aside, there's a reason why it took me so long to finally talk about this album.
Mm,
Well, one, because I didn't have any of his albums, first of all, and two, I always felt like Ralph got the last end of the stick when it came to the New
yeah,
Edition
yeah. I
solo
was just
album.
about to say to
Yes.
me, I felt like he had the short end of the stick out of everybody because
Yep.
for him to pretty much sing lead on pretty much majority of the songs from a little kid going into his young adult years and all that. And I'm like, you would think for a solo career, you would think he would have been on that same level like as Bobby and Johnny or BBD or something.
Right.
And we've seen this happen in many other groups. Like it's always been like that one lead singer or another member of the group, and once they go solo, it's like their solo career either gets stalled or it doesn't hit that next level of success
Hmm.
versus their other group members. You know?
Cisco,
Yep. Who
RL,
else? Who else?
RL.
Yeah, RL from Next.
Hmm.
Who else? Um, David Ruffin from the Temptations.
Yep.
JC Chazé from NSYNC.
Yep.
I can go on and on with this, but anyway, let's talk about the first track.
Oh wait, before I do that, I just want to show that. Did y'all show the booklet already or no?
Oh no, I didn't show the booklet.
Oh, okay. This dope ass picture though.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, I liked it when guys were dressing up in these suits in the '90s. I like that.
Hmm.
It's looking like a choir boy.
Yeah,
Ant
this
man, what's
wasn't
up?
bad either. I don't mind this. I don't mind stuff like this. I don't mind a guy dressing
Yeah,
up like this.
he looked normal with the suit on there without the vest.
Yes. Yeah, this was a thing back in 1990. I think between 90 and 90 to what, 92, 93, guys were
Yeah,
pretty much rocking it.
Tyson was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you're right. Let's get right into this. So we said the first
Hmm.
track is rated R, produced not only by Ralph Tresvent but Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. So this is a definite winner.
Hmm.
Very, very, very dope song. You know what I'm saying? It uses the Temptation sample. You know what I'm saying? Masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? Very dope song from the Temptations. Um, Ralph's actually came out rapping. I'm just like, okay.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Came out rapping and shit like that too. You know, I mean, he did his thing. You know, he did his thing. He's better than Bivens. I can tell you that right now, and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But that's no shot to Mike Bivens. That's no shot. But sometimes he does say some questionable lines. But I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. But yeah, rated R was very, very, very dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And it's kind of crazy too because they actually played this song in like the first scene of House Party 2 and stuff like
Yep.
that too. You know what I'm saying? Like the opening sequence. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah, that's why I thought, okay, that sounds familiar and shit too. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
mind you, Ralph Tresvant had a cameo in that movie and stuff
Yep.
like that. You know.
Yep.
Yep.
So one of my favorites off this album.
Uh, Ralph sounded like Rakim on this, yo. Like he just came out
Really?
rapping. He
What?
came out rapping. He had like when you hear him rap, it's almost like yo, like he been rapping for years, and it was different. It was just different to hear because he never really rapped like that on none of the New Edition albums. It was always Ronnie or Biv, and
Hmm.
to hear Ralph rap, especially like on the first couple of tracks on this album, I'm like, what is this, like a rap R&B album we getting here? It was just different, and he had some nice lines. Whatever made you think that I had a weak mind? Is it because I played the back when it's not my time? That was dope. He had some dope lines. Had like a New Jack Swing, beat to it. It was good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Rated R is definitely one of my favorites off this album. To me, this should have been a single as well.
Yeah.
And I do remember hearing this song in House Party too, and I know that makes perfect sense. And then not only that, you even have him in the movie during the pajama jammy jam scene. I mean, come on, that's even more more perfect for that because I'm like,
Man.
and then too, to me, I think this like gives people a sense of how he is outside of New Edition. And when I first heard this album, I really wasn't expecting Ralph to be rapping. I was like, okay, he's trying
Mhm.
to trying to do something different, you know, put in a little bit of hip hop with R&B for his solo debut. And I think this was like I guess you could say like a precursor to what was yet to come for other people in the industry to do pretty much similarly what he did.
Right.
Right. Definitely, you're right about that.
Hmm.
All right. Track number two, sensitivity. I'm
Your
gonna get a
least
lot of
favorite
flack
song?
for this. I never liked this song.
You're
That's
crazy.
what I just said. Your least favorite
Crazy.
song?
I
Crazy.
never liked this song.
Wow.
To me, and this is, and I'm gonna say my issue with this album in a minute, but it
Okay.
sounds like a new edition track left on the floor or something,
No, I disagree.
man. And I get it, I get it, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know this is Ralph's style and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But it had that whispering kind of tone. You know what I'm saying? That niggas were doing like in that late '80s, early '90s. Like, hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Like that kind of tone and shit like that. It kind of fits well with Ralph, but it to me, it just, and it's the fact that this is his biggest song too. It's just like he had so many other great songs, but everybody wants to hear sensitivity. I'm just like, ugh.
That
I
was
was
the
like, y'all can
problem.
have sensitivity. A man. I was like, okay, Ralph. All right. I don't want to hear 5 minutes of this shit. Like, meanwhile, Bell Biv DeVoe was dropping Poison. Johnny Gill was dropping Rub You the Right Way. This motherfucker was doing some
Mhm.
sensitivity shit. Like, come on.
Man.
I'm a raunchy nigga. I want to hear some raunchy shit.
Well, that's why you got Bobby Brown for that.
Right.
Right. Hell, Bobby has some sensitive tracks too. Good enough.
But not like
Don't.
that.
That was good though. That was good.
Right. Oh wait, we didn't even do the Bobby album yet. Okay, shit.
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. We never did do that. That's another idea to throw out there.
That's coming up.
Yep.
The problem is not the song. It's just that they overplayed it to the point
Yeah.
where now, even now, when you see the group in concert, that's the only song that he does. Just about. When I saw him, he did this and he did "Money Can't Buy You Love," and then he left the stage and then came on. But they promoted this already like his signature song from the first
Mm.
album. So he don't have no other big hit really other than the More Money track.
Mm.
So this is the song that people know him for when he does his solo stuff.
Mm.
That was the
Right.
problem. The record in itself to me was a classic. I thought it was great.
Mm.
It was a different sound for Ralph. I can't hear New Edition on this song. Now there's other songs on this album that we're gonna talk about that
Yeah.
sound like New Edition could have been on the
Yeah.
record, but
Yeah.
I don't hear New Edition on this song. I just
Mm.
thought it was like a real smooth melodic track. You got Ralph rapping on here again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's letting the ladies know that you don't need a man with a lot of money, and he's proclaiming he was a gentleman at heart. And I thought it was a great song. The problem was they just overplayed it too much.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And he didn't like I said, like other than the Mo Money track, he really didn't have another big hit after that. That
Mm.
that really defined his career. It was like this is like the one song that people connect him to, and that's it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was a classic record.
Okay. All right. Here are my thoughts on sensitivity. I never got tired of the song, but I do agree that yeah, it did get overplayed, and I feel like a lot of great songs off this album weren't given the just due that it deserves or a chance to like, oh, we want to know how this song does on the radio or put or drop a music video to promote it
Right.
or something like that. But it's yeah, because you know what? I remember seeing New Edition live back in I want to say back 20 either 2021 or 2022, and I remember when Ralph did his set, he did this song, and I believe he did "Do What I Gotta Do." Other than that, he didn't do "Money Can't Buy You Love" or
Right.
"Rated R" or "Yo Baby Yo,"
Uh-huh.
and that
His
was it.
better
I was like,
songs.
yeah, and I'm like, Why not let him do that for his set while everybody else got all the other bigger hits that we know from their solo endeavors? And I'm like, why not? Because to me, it's like y'all shortchanging Ralph
Yeah,
this whole time. And don't get me wrong, I love sensitivity too, because it's like I know he was appealing to the ladies and all, and it's like during that time, even now, it's still relevant. It's like you want a man with sensitivity, and it's like not to be like oh, the macho tough man that
right,
guys sometimes portray themselves to be, or they put up a front just so that they don't show a sensitive side to them, especially when it comes to a woman. But it's like I want somebody like that. I
right.
want somebody who is sensitive, who will be a gentleman to me, and all the other stuff he was talking about in the song. And it's like I got nothing against it.
Imagine if Nas was in concert and all he did was the Illmatic album and nothing else, and that's
Oh
what people came
God.
to see. That's what people came to see to hear Nas do was Illmatic and nothing else. This is what Ralph needed to really switch that up. It's on him as a solo artist when he perform these songs to be like, yo, you know what? When I go to Denver tonight, I'm gonna play Yo Baby. I'm gonna do what I got to do or something else
Or
other than what people
or
came
money can't buy
to
you love or
right.
something.
Other than what
I
people
was
came to hear me
anticipating to
for.
hear that. I
Right,
was anticipating wanting to hear that, but that didn't happen.
right. So when they on tour and they break out into their solo set, people come to hear him do sensitivity, and that's it. But he needs to switch it up and be like, yo, I'm not doing that no more. I'm tired of that song. Let me do other things. But there was a time when Prince was tired of doing Purple Rain and Let's Get Crazy. He wasn't doing that for a
Mm.
minute.
He stopped
When he
doing
was on tour,
1999 too.
huh?
He stopped doing 1999 too.
Right. There was a time when he said, I'm not doing those songs no more in concert. So if y'all came out to hear those songs, you're gonna be disappointed. That's what Ralph should have did. Like y'all, I know y'all hear me do sensitivity, but I'm not doing that no more. I'm tired of that song. It doesn't define my solo career. Let me do these other songs that
Right.
y'all might know,
Right.
but y'all never heard me perform ever. So
Yeah. Or you hardly ever getting the proper justice that they deserve. You know.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
but yeah, like I just cannot stand sensitivity. I honestly cannot.
Yeah. Yeah. We know, and everybody who watching live know that.
Mhm.
Right. And spoiler alert, I don't care for the sensitivity Rouse rap. I'm just gonna spoil that for y'all right now. Um next song, what's the next song? She's My Love Thing.
Hmm.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis redeemed themselves with this one right here, because this one's fire ass track. This is another song I thought was a single for the longest. I've heard this a couple times and stuff like that too. I thought this was a
Oh.
single, but
Right.
yeah. But yeah, this one was a dope track. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a dope track.
And he used the same sample that Mr. Cheeks used for Lights Camera Action.
Yes.
Well, Ralph actually used that before Mr. Cheeks. Mr. Cheeks ain't
Hmm.
he wasn't the first to use that.
Right.
But it was a dope New Jack Swing track, and again Ralph was rapping something different. We have to get used to this because he wasn't rapping all over the New Edition albums. Now he's rapping on his first solo album,
Hmm.
and he said, "No time for cheap thrills. I need someone who's real, a girl that's not running the mill. So I'll just have to chill and wait until I can feel the real deal, like a kill." And I do now. This is one song where I do feel like New Edition could have been on here. It does feel like a New
Yes,
Edition track. Like if we put this on their second album, their third album. But I thought it was dope. This definitely should have been a single.
definitely.
Mm.
All right.
She's my thing. No,
Oh, sorry,
I
sorry.
didn't get my thoughts on it yet. She's My Love Thing is another one of those songs off this album that is slept on. I would have wanted it to be a single, but at the same time, it's like if y'all feel like maybe the song could have had some potential, why not make it a promo single or something?
Right.
Like do that. And I like the song. It's very little catchy, upbeat, and I could kind of see the other guys on New Edition doing this song. Maybe they would have done it on the Any Heartbreak. album or something, or like I don't know. I don't know what other album he could have possibly seen this song be a part of, but that was just an idea.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea too, honestly.
Hmm.
Um, Next song, Stone Cold Gentleman, featuring Bobby Brown.
Hmm.
Very dope song, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Um, the dynamic duo, Bobby and Ralph. That's what I can say. You know what I'm saying? This nigga went from sensitivity to being a gentleman. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Around this time, Bobby was supposed to have came out with that album that was shelved and stuff like that. I think it's Mystic Voyage. I think it's called Mystic Voyage, some
Yeah,
shit.
something crazy like
With
Mm.
Tap Into My Heart. Yo, that's actually my favorite Bobby Brown song, low key. I'm not even gonna hold you.
I
But it's a
never heard
shame.
it.
Yeah, it's a shame that album got shelved because it was like that was like listen to some tracks from that album. That was like the perfect link between Don't Be Cool and Bobby, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, this was cool. Can't complain.
And he had Lost Professor producing that album, right?
Yes, sir.
I remember Lost Professor actually did an interview talking about that. That he went to Atlanta when Bobby was living down there, and he worked with him for that album, and it's still on shelved. So you might never hear that whole album.
Mm.
But what part? I mean, I know there was a remix for this. I believe the remix had Bobby rapping. What part of this song was Bobby actually on? Because I didn't hear him.
I think he was doing vocals, like background
He did
vocals.
the
I
background
think.
vocals, right? You
Yeah,
could
he
hear him
did.
like
I
ad libbing,
think.
but
Yeah.
like in the video, he's in the video with Ralph. But
Hmm.
there's a different mix of this song. I believe Bobby was on that version.
Mm.
But it was a good song. It was good to see, even though they took time. Each member broke off into their solo thing. It was good to see that Ralph was still connected to the whole group. So there wasn't like no bad blood between them, and having Bobby on here, and the only collab on this album, which is weird because there's no BBD on here. There's no Johnny. It's only Bobby on here. And then they later end up making Heads of State with Johnny Gill, and they didn't drop shit as that group. But this was had a nice New Jack Swing beat to it. I love it. It was a good record.
Mm. Yeah, Stone Cold Gentleman was a good song. I like the fact that Bobby was involved on this track. Now, I know there is a remix to this song, but I think you're only able to hear it off the expanded edition of this album on Spotify. So I think that's the only time you're going to be able to hear that. And yeah, I liked it. And then too, I agree. I would have thought some of the other guys from New Edition would have like collaborated with Ralph on his solo album in some
Right.
way, whether they either produced it or doing background vocals or having a rap involved or something.
Yeah,
I still can't get over the fact that Bobby was the only one involved
I agree.
as a guest appearance on his album.
Yeah, because all the other members were trying to shit on his dream. Let's be real. Because niggas will be like, "Oh, Bobby Brown this, Bobby Brown that," but Bobby really had Ralph's back throughout the whole deal
Yeah,
and shit like that too.
yeah.
They wasn't how was they trying to shit on his dream though? The other members.
Because like
When
pretty much
he was
if
trying
you
to
remember,
put yeah, because when he was originally trying to put "Living on a Dream" out
Mhm.
back then, they felt that it wasn't the right time for him to do that.
Wow.
right, and even if you watch that BT interview from Video Soul from 1990, there was like a lot of tension
Yeah, you could
in that
sense
stuff.
it just by how they were. Like the dynamic wasn't all kumbaya or none of that.
Right.
So
He wanted to jump on Poison, and Ronnie said, "Nope, this is for us."
uh,
That's
That would have
crazy.
been crazy, right? Ralph on Poison.
I couldn't see that.
Yeah, like Ralph is just a different breed compared to those other members. Because like I said, Bell Biv DeVoe got more nastier. Bobby Brown got more of we already know. Johnny Gill was like the more suave nigga, and
Mhm.
Ralph was a sensitive motherfucker. Like Ralph was the Mikey from Recess, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next song. Do What I Gotta Do. Um, this is a ballad.
Hmm.
This is one of many ballads on this album, in my opinion, and shit like that too. This one was pretty smooth, you know, pretty good ballad and shit like that too. This was another single off this album, so didn't really have that much to say about it.
Is the interlude before or after the song?
Before.
Okay,
Before.
because the interlude there was just like some pianos and
Hmm.
guitars
Yeah. Yeah.
playing.
Just instrumental leading to this
Yeah,
song.
it was cool. It was a nice little ballad. Again, it sounds like a New Edition ballad to me. I think New Edition.
Again,
I can
right.
hear them doing this. I can hear them doing this.
Yeah. Do what I gotta do. I mean, I remember hearing this song a couple of times on the radio, but over the years, I now I see it. It could have possibly been something New Edition would have done together. Like maybe Ralph would just do a verse, and then maybe Ricky would have jumped in at some point, or whatever, or they would take turns back and forth doing it. I could see it if they all would have done it together like that. But yeah, it's a it's a beautiful ballad. Of course, it's a little sad, as far as like it being like a breakup song. It was pretty good.
Mhm.
Definitely. Alrighty. Next song is gonna be Love Hurts. One of my favorite songs off this album, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? This one definitely had a very, very, very good chorus. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much, your heart getting broken and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, love has different effects on people, which that is 100% true. But yeah, this one was a very great song.
It was okay. It's not. It's not a. I don't think it's a standout track. It was. It was like.
Yeah, I have nothing against Love Hurts. To me, I feel like I guess it was a step forward from Do What I Gotta Do leading to this song. So I guess it pretty much like covered like almost like the same premise as Do What I Gotta Do, but it's kind of like the aftermath of the breakup.
Right.
Definitely. Next song we got is Girl I Can't Control It. This song was co-written by KC from Jodeci, a very young
Oh
KC.
wow.
But I don't like this song, to be real with you.
Me neither.
Oh,
At this point, it was just like too many. Well, it was like a lot of three back-to-back ballads. I'm just like, okay,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? The sequencing is just not really as good as I thought it was,
Right.
and shit like that too. I don't even think this would be fit well with Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? So
mm,
Yeah. It was. It's not a. It's not to me. It's not a good song. I just. This. It's to me. The album has a lot of filler on it. There's a lot of filler tracks that was just there. Like he didn't. The Ralph didn't really know what to do with it. And I think this is like one of those songs. It was like, it's just there.
mm.
right,
Okay, I had no idea that Casey from Jodeci even did any work on this track. That's news to me. But I have nothing against the song. To be real, to me it was decent. It wasn't terrible, but decent. But yeah, I couldn't imagine Jodeci doing a song like this. That's let's just keep it all the way real because we know how they do their songs, and to me vocally it wouldn't fit for them.
Hey,
right. All right. We got the next song. Love Takes Time. Um, Again, I didn't really care for this one either. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't really care for this one either. It's just a generic early '90s R&B ballad, which I kind of could have done without, to be real with you. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It just it's skippable for me.
Mm. Love Takes Time wasn't that bad to me. Like I said, similar to Girl I Can't Control. It was decent. It wasn't terrible. It seems like a pretty like danceable track if you're into it. Nothing, nothing too spectacular about it.
Right. Next song we got is Public Figure Ordinary Guy. So he does a little New Jack Swing on this track right here. You know what I'm saying? I wish this was like the first track on this album. Well, actually, no,
How
I'm
would
not
you
gonna
make
hold you.
this it? If you were to sequence this album, how where
Yeah,
on
The
it
first
would
track
this
you would have made
fit?
it.
yeah, I would done Public Figure, then Rated R, then I'll probably thrown in Stone Cold Gentleman and follow it up with Sensitivity.
But
That's just how I
why
would,
this the first track though? Why would you make this the first one?
because it's an upbeat New Jack Swing song. You know what I'm saying? And it is very fits like Ralph definitely fit the times in it, and it's just a vintage kind of song and
Hmm.
stuff like that too. But at the same time, too, it's like it sounds like very it sounds in the same vein like Stone Cold Gentleman and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of like this track.
I didn't care for it. Uh,
What?
nah. I told you there's some songs on here that was skippable for me. Like I just thought it like I'm looking for like standout songs. This is Ralph Tresvant's solo debut. I'm looking for like the standouts. Like he had that when the album first started, but I think like towards the middle, it was just like fillers, like some filler tracks,
I
you know.
agree.
And I don't know why I wouldn't start this album off with this track. I think the way it started off with Rated R was great, energetic. You got the New Jack sound, and starting off like that, the tone of that was great. And then when we get to the ballads, what's the standout ballad on here? You know what I'm saying? I didn't think he had any.
Hmm. Public Figure, Ordinary Guy. I like this song. It's not bad, but to me, I think it does when it comes to placement of songs on here, it's like you kind of get some that are like either and you feel people aren't really gonna miss it, or ones that it's just like okay, can you like balance it out to the upbeat New Jack Swing stuff, and then put a ballad like somewhere in the middle, and then transition in between if you could.
Right.
And yeah, I think Public Figure, Ordinary Guy, I think the track listing on it could have been a little bit higher. I could have seen it somewhere after, um, either before Stone Cold Gentleman or like a track or two after that.
Facts.
Hmm.
All right. And the last song on this album is
The last song.
Wait, this album ain't over.
Yeah, the last song. No, that
oh
ain't the last
damn.
song.
Oh damn. I was too much in a rush to get over this album. Next song, excuse me.
Last night.
Last night. Ooh, now this one is some Quiet Storm shit right here. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? This is one of my favorites off this album, if you have to ask me. But yeah, I wish there was more songs in this vein right here because I felt like it was a bit more sensitivity kind of tracks. I want a bit more rated R kind of tracks, if that makes sense.
It was okay. It's okay. You know, sometimes you could play it. Sometimes I'll probably skip it. It was okay song. I don't think it was great, but it was okay.
Hmm. Yeah, I give the same sentiments as well. Last night was all right. It was all right.
Mm,
Um, I'm pretty sure he had to come up with a track like this, for that, I don't know, that late night rendezvous or whatever, for people
yeah,
who are really like in the mood, you know.
right.
That's my take on last night.
Yeah.
Nothing truly unique about it.
I kind of want to hear everybody's reactions to this album. I feel like it's gonna be a lopsided review.
Oh boy.
For both albums.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. After last night. Oh, that's because I was looking at the LP version where I was CD version. Okay, that's why I was
Mhm.
looking. Track number 11. I love you just for you. This is another great song, but again, I'm burnt out from the ballads at this point. I
Mhm.
feel like to me, when it comes to R&B albums, there should be at least a good amount, like at least maybe four ballads, in
Right.
my personal
Yeah,
opinion,
at least.
at
Yeah.
least. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Mhm.
if you are a Mariah, if you are a Whitney, hell, if you're even a Tony, you can probably hell, they done albums mostly 80% of ballads, and most of them
Yeah.
are very good because it suits their voice. But
Mhm.
Right.
it's just too many ballads, too many. I'm just an ordinary guy. You know what I'm saying? Too many of those kind of tracks, and I just like I just got burnt out by this point.
Yeah.
Mm.
I thought it was a good record. It's a nice mid tempo record, nice beat, bass line. Even had some guitars thrown in there. It was good. Like I think the problem too is the track listing. Like a lot of these slow songs are like one after the other.
Mhm.
So you kind of get like a lull with those songs that you're just looking for like the next mid tempo or upbeat track. And we
Mhm.
don't really get that until I Love You, but I thought it was it's a good song.
Mm. Yeah, I love you just for you. It was cute. It's a cute song, pretty much. I feel I get what both y'all are saying too, and it's like the more I had to replay this album back. It's been a minute, excuse me, since I've
Yeah.
listened to this album, and I agree because it's just like it seemed like every single track going towards the end, it's like nothing but ballads, and it's like I said, you gotta have like a counterbalance of it because
Right.
if not, or if you just have way too many ballads, it's just like really, like this is how
Hmm.
y'all gonna have his solo debut as this instead of like having a good balance of having new jack,
Right.
swing, upbeat, danceable songs to counteract with the ballads.
Right.
Definitely. Yes, Q, Luther Vandross. But
Hmm.
but see, even with Luther, he had his up tempo songs. You know what I'm
Exactly.
Yeah.
saying?
Michael too.
Like his voice, he can do anything: R&B, jazz, classical, if you wanted to,
Stevie
opera
Wonder
if
was
you wanted.
Stevie Wonder was special because he would make those ballads instrumental
Mm-hmm.
and they were melodic and they had a
Yeah.
lot going on. So there wasn't it
Yeah.
wasn't no boring
No.
ballad from Stevie Wonder.
No. No. No.
Right.
No.
Now Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson can do ballads as well too.
Hmm.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But again, he didn't always rely on ballads. Now
Right.
maybe in the Jackson 5 days,
Yeah.
Barry
Mm-hmm.
Gordy said, okay, do
Hmm.
all these ballads and stuff like that. But once he did Off the Walls and the Thrillers and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? He was definitely doing his
Mm-hmm.
thing.
It made you want to dance.
Yeah.
He made you want to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Think
He
about the
made you want to be a
world and.
smooth criminal.
Mm.
All right. Next track. All right now. Um what did I say about that? I didn't really care for this track too much. I didn't care for this one.
Yeah, I didn't care for this one.
Yeah. I
Speaking of
gotta say I didn't. I didn't really like this one either. I could take it or
speaking
leave
of
it.
Mike uh speaking of Michael Jackson, he actually co-wrote some of the song too.
Did he? He co-wrote this?
Yeah,
What? What?
Wow.
yeah,
You
Michael
should keep
Jackson
it.
co-wrote this one.
Oh my god! I
Why you
didn't
gave
even
it to Rock?
know.
He also does background vocals on this one too.
You know what? Now
Interesting.
realizing it, I was like, wait a minute, because I was like, that voice sounds so familiar in the vocals background.
Mhm.
'Cause I thought at first I thought I was tripping.
Michael couldn't
Mm,
save this song. He should have kept it for himself. God. Why you give it to Ralph? Because
mm.
you know.
And you know what's funny now that you
Mm,
mentioned MJ? His third album, Ralph's third album, Riz Warfare, the song Love Hangover.
mm.
I got a feeling that MJ probably did some background vocals on that song because if you go back and re listen, you feel like it's got his influence all over it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Ralph thought he was the next Michael, the next coming to Michael Jackson. That's what was. Remember that was said in the biopic. Like he thought he was the next
Yeah, he
Michael
was gonna
Jackson.
be the next, yeah, Michael
No,
Jackson.
no, never. Ralph was a great leader for New Edition, but you're not Michael.
Yeah, I don't think no one can hit that level of
No.
superstardom.
Yeah,
And
I'm
and
looking
like
at you,
there's only
Taylor
one.
Swift.
There's only one MJ.
Hmm.
Like just like there's only one David Ruffin, one Eddie
Hmm.
Kendricks, one just one distinct person in any group you could possibly imagine.
Right.
You can't duplicate what the work that they did. You just can't.
Jafar Jackson.
No, 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 not them, not any of the DeBarges, nobody.
Definitely. All right. Overall, wait.
We
Yeah,
got
I didn't like the I
the
didn't like the
sensitivity
sensitivity.
Ralph's rap. Yeah, Reg already gave his thoughts on that. So
I love it.
you, me too, me too. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Well, close the pot and give me some grits. Wow. Okay. Shit.
Mm,
Thank you. Um. Overall, this was okay. This is probably. I don't want to say it's the weakest of this new edition solo debuts. I don't want to say it, but it's probably the least developed. I'm gonna say that because Rob got the voice. Production was unique. I just felt like he didn't really have as much creative direction. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And when I say it felt like a new edition album, it's like I can picture new edition doing a lot of these songs and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And you know, with the success of everybody, I felt like they just had a lot of these songs on the cutting board, a lot of these songs on the cutting board and shit like that too. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So, but overall, I liked a bit more than I feel like the good and bad are kind of equal. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time too, I would recommend it, but just be aware. So I'm gonna give this a 3.5 out of 5.
Being that he had Michael, write him a song, he should have been taking tips on Michael. Like, what did you do to separate yourself from your brothers in the group and go solo? Because
mm,
Once Michael went solo, he totally separated his legacy with his brothers. And I
mm-hmm,
don't feel like Ralph did that with this album. I feel like there's a lot of songs that New Edition could have been on that it could have been on their albums.
mm-hmm,
But being that this is your first solo album, how are you gonna differentiate yourself from your group? You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like he's done that. I felt like he played it safe. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't really go out of his comfort zone as a
mm,
solo artist and introducing yourself to the world as Ralph Tresvent and not the leader of New Edition. He played it safe
mm,
on this album. You know, the first couple songs is New Jack Swing, that was dope, and then I feel like the album tapered off after like track 4, track 5, and you got like a bunch of ballads after each other that it's not memorable. None of those song ballads people remember like, yo, like I remember this ballad from Ralph's first album. It was great. It was just like album filler for me. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? But and you have that one song that people remember. I also blame the record label. Then the record
mm,
label just promoted sensitivity, and that was it. Any other
They did.
single that came after that, it was like people slept on it. Stone Cold Gentleman was a great single with Bobby Brown, and people slept on that. You know what I'm saying? Do what I got to do. People slept
yeah,
on that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Even the house party song,
Rated R.
Yo
Rated
Baby,
R.
yeah, Rated R was great. Yeah, Rated R, that could have been a single.
Yeah,
You know,
that one and Yo Baby Yo, because like I said,
right,
you're only able to hear that version. I mean, that song on the House Party 2 soundtrack as well as the expanded edition of this album, and that's it.
right,
They could
and
have added Yo Baby Yo as a
people slept
bonus
on those,
track.
and yeah, yeah, that should have been. They should needed more singles from this album besides the one, debut song, and I don't think it's a strong album, Rich. I know, I don't. I think it is the weakest out of the solo stuff, the first wave of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got to give it two mics. I don't think is. I don't think he has a
Wow.
classic solo album. I don't think he
I
has a
was
classic solo
expecting
album.
you to give it higher
Like
than me. Wow.
he is a great. He is one of the best frontmen for
Ever.
any R&B group, but I don't think he has
Yeah.
a classic solo album in his discography. You know, it's not like for me that like the first four songs you got like what like 14, 13 songs on here. The first four to me are like I could play those all the time. I can't play
Mm-hmm.
none of those ballads. I don't think those ballads are memorable.
Mm.
And the sequencing of the album is a problem too. Just having like you got like five ballads back to back and none of
Back to
them are
back to
memorable.
back. That's where you
Yeah, that's
start
that's a
losing your.
problem.
That's where you start losing your
Right.
listeners.
Exactly. Five ballads back to back and none of those ballads are memorable. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So the sequencing is off too. But like I said, it's like I don't. He was a great frontman for New Edition, but I don't think he has one classic album. Now he has, like I said, maybe two or three big hits as a solo artist, but albums, no, you don't have a classic album.
Okay, I've been going back and forth with this because I remember I used to bump this album during undergrad, um, like junior year. Back then, I thought every single one of these songs were good, but re-listening to this today, I had to go back and really reevaluate because to me, like his original solo endeavors would have would have been living on a dream. I don't know what material he had back then that they didn't want to release as a solo debut of Ralph Tresvant. Um, to me, I think when it comes to solo careers, I think out of every one of the guys in New Edition, his to me got short circuited and he ended up getting the short end of the stick in all of it. I mean, you mean tell me you have one of the best lead singers of one of the biggest acts in R&B of all time, and his solo career isn't like monumental on the same stratosphere as his other bandmates. Are you kidding me?
Right.
That's crazy to me. I agree when it comes to the sequencing off the album. It's like okay, the beginning it started off really good. It makes you anticipate wanting more as you listen forward. But if you just having like constantly like what 4 or 5 ballads back to back to back, it's kind of like you kind of want to cater to your audience or your fan base or whoever to like have a perfect balance of it. Have half the album with the upbeat new jack
Mhm.
swing songs, and then you add like 2 or 3 ballads tops.
Right.
And other than that, like I said, they could have added Yo Baby Yo or or just something just to I guess kind of remove the ballads because like you said a lot of them aren't memorable except for Do What I Gotta Do.
Mhm.
And yeah, looking back on it now, it's like I feel like Ralph's like solo album debut, it just really wasn't hitting like what you would think. And I could have seen like at least half or majority of these ballads. They could have added it to any of the old New Edition albums like that put out.
Yeah.
or like when they were doing that. What was the name of the one that they did when it was four of them?
Under the Blue Moon.
Yeah, Under the Blue Moon,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really had to go back and re-listen and give this a whole lot of thought. As much as I love Ralph and all that, I would have to give this one 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I agree with
Wow.
QG. Johnny and Bobby had the classics in the group, and BBD.
Yeah, yeah, but when it came to a lot of the guys, like follow-up albums, it was questionable.
Yeah.
And I gotta watch y'all's review on Hootie Mac. That's like been on my list of lives
Girl.
to look, because I remember bumping that album when we were doing their album breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my god, this is really what they thought that was gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
Same
To
thing
me,
with
that's
that. Same thing with Bobby's Forever album. That was the worst.
That was the worst.
probably the worst New Edition album.
Mm-hmm.
And then I already know y'all did the One Love
That was
album.
bad.
That was horrible too.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were only 2 songs off that album that I remember then that weren't awful. They were
Same.
Rewrite the Memories and Hot Tonight. That's it. Everything else I did not like.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I agree.
All right. One down, one more to go, y'all.
It's going down. Literally.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So this one came out in January 19th, 1994 on MCA. You know, it came out with a couple of singles, Who's the Mac and When I Need Somebody. It was produced by Ralph Tresvent, Kirk Kizio Crumpler, and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Just to let you know, Ralph did like a lot of majority of the producing and writing too. So just throwing that out there. So after the release of the self-titled album in 1990, so New Edition had like a semi-reunion, if you want to say that, on the VMAs. I think it was like the 1990 VMAs,
Mm.
and it pretty much started off with Velvet DeVoe, then Bobby Brown, then Johnny Gill, and then Ralph Tresvant ended it off, and then they all came together and did If It Isn't Love. I'm gonna be real with you. I like that performance, but I feel like Ralph should not have ended it off, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think yeah. I was just about to say it. I remember watching that video as well, and I was like, who came up with the placement of who was going to be going
Mm-hmm.
on first, second, third, and then who was going to be like the finisher?
Damn.
Because to
Right.
me, if you would have wanted Ralph to get his stuff done, either put him somewhere in the middle or like some like first or second to me,
Yeah.
and in that way you would have had that build up for whoever was going to be the finisher,
Yeah.
and it had to be a strong one at that can deliver.
Facts.
Yeah. 'Cause I feel like if they would have started off, they should have started off with Johnny,
Yeah.
then Ralph, then Bobby,
Yep.
then Velvet
Yep.
DeVoe.
Yep.
But this is MTV. It's not BET.
That's how they did on the tour. Like for the All Six tour, it was Bobby that started, then Ralph, and then Johnny, then BBD, and then there's a point where Johnny and Bobby sing like a song together,
Mm.
and then BBD ends the show. Like after they do Can You Stand the Rain, BBD comes out and do Poison last, and that's how they ended that tour.
And that's
But
how
I
they
probably
should
different.
and that's how they should have done it on that
Yeah.
MTV performance.
I agree.
I don't know
Definitely.
who was running the network back then, so
Yeah, man. And also between like 91 and 92, she was doing some soundtrack placements. He was doing some acting, like I mentioned. He was on House Party 2.
mhm.
So he spent the majority of 1993, getting ready to do this album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys remembered from our previous reviews, a lot of like the second wave solo albums You know what I'm saying? Were not really well received commercially compared to the predecessors.
Yeah.
Even though I felt like the Bobby album still was successful, it still managed to go multi platinum.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because a
it
lot of
did.
people these days want to say, "Oh, that it's not touching, don't be cruel." It's not.
No,
But if you just look at the album on its own, the sales are still strong
it's great.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
they
also,
were acting as if it was like a massive flop, and it wasn't.
Right.
yeah, that's like my least favorite part of that Bobby Brown miniseries and stuff. Like, cause
The
you know the
Bobby
Bobby
Brown song.
album, yeah, Bobby album had "Humping Around," "Get
Mm-hmm.
Away," "Two Can
Yep.
Play That Game," "Good
Seven
Yes.
Enough." Come,
hits
Yes.
on that.
One more night.
Hmm. College Girl. Come on.
yes, like
Seven big hits.
He
that
had a
Seven
lot of
hits on that
hits.
album. 7 hits.
hits.
7 hits on
But
that
it,
album.
were they all number ones? No, but it was still a
No.
hit. You
Right.
Yeah.
know. And so another underrated one, Johnny Gill's "Provocative." That was a
Yes.
very
That was good.
underrated
Yes.
album.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was good.
You mean to tell me how in the world that song on the floor? How was that not a hit?
I don't
It
get
made
it.
you want to get up and dance.
Facts.
Because
That
Motown
and
was going through.
that one song that had Boys to Men singing background vocals. I got you.
Hmm. Yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm. What the only hit
Definitely.
off that album was what? Quiet Time to Play.
Hmm.
Wow. Mm.
Yeah. So this album came out 4 years after the debut.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's very different from the debut. I'm gonna say that right now.
Yep.
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 Just look at the album cover.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. This is what kills me about this album cover.
Uh huh.
Who the fuck is that chick?
I don't know who is
I
she.
don't know.
Who is she?
I don't know.
His
And why is
name?
she looking at him?
It's
Why is
like
she
he's
looking at him like she want to fucking traffic, like human traffic his ass and shit, or
yo.
he human trafficked her? Like I don't know.
He looked like he just
I
like got
swear
out of
these
bed.
these
Like go
album
home.
covers
It's
back
like
in the
5 a.m. and he kicking her out the
Mm.
crib. Like go home. It's going down, but go home.
They
shit.
could have
These
done
album covers
better.
back in
They
the
could
day.
have done better with that
Yeah,
album cover.
I
They
don't
could
get it.
have.
Ralph trying to bring some sex appeal with this album cover and shit. Okay,
I mean, I would have been fine if it was just him on the album cover, or you just
Right.
had a different female like
Right.
standing beside him or behind
Right.
him or something.
Just showing your 6 pack is not gonna make this album go platinum. It just wasn't.
Mm,
The album still got to sound good.
yep, yep. It just wasn't doing it. It wasn't. Mm.
definitely. But yeah, man. This album has 13 tracks. I'm gonna be real with you. Spoiler alert: some of these titles are gonna be the funniest shit you ever heard on this channel.
Oh my
That
God!
part
I'm gonna be
too.
real
Yes,
with you.
yes, yes, yes.
Who
So
I
who
already know.
greenlit
We
this
gonna
shit?
get
if
into it. We gonna get
if
into it.
you see me laughing uncontrollably by some of these lyrics, don't mind me because some of these lyrics are just kind of funny,
I'm
Wow.
gonna be
and
laughing
I'm
at
as
some.
kind of ashamed that rap. So what?
I said I'm gonna be laughing from some of these titles we gonna get into.
Oh yeah.
I already know that.
All right. So the first track is called Graveyard. Yeah, that's a nice way to begin the album off and stuff like that. Talking about a graveyard. Okay. But on the real though, I love this song a lot. I love this song. It has a very dope James Brown sample, which everyone has heard. Everyone has
Mhm.
fucking heard years and stuff. I don't even have to tell you what James Brown sample it is, to be real with you. Yeah, Ralph was definitely going in. It was definitely a different style from Ralph, you know.
Yeah.
Already you can tell it's very different and shit like that too, you know, in terms of sound and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
this is definitely one of the strongest tracks on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's rapping on this again. He starts off this album rapping. Had a new Jack Swing, beat, James Brown sample. This was good.
Hmm. Yeah. I liked. Actually, there were two samples off this song. People that don't know, other than the James Brown sample, he sampled Marvin Gaye as well.
Right.
I don't know.
Yes.
No. Yeah. The Graveyard is definitely a dope way to start the album. Of course, it's a definitely. I know Ralph was pretty much going through a different transition from his first album to this, so So this was a good way to kick off the album here. So I feel like this should have been a
Right.
single. A lot of stuff should have been singles.
Yes. Um, Track number two, Shaky Ground.
Hmm.
Another very strong track on this album, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? This one, this one definitely could have easily been a single if you ask me as well too.
Facts.
Um, yeah, this was co-produced by Ralph Tresvent. It was produced by also by Kurt Krumper. So yeah, this one was a very strong track.
This had a G Funk West Coast sound to it,
Yeah,
and being it was '94, Death Row was huge on the charts. I felt like he could have used a verse from Snoop on here. That's the only thing I was missing from this track. I think it was one of my favorites on this album. It should have been a single, but again, I blame MCA for that. But
Hmm.
I actually liked it. I thought it was a banger.
Yeah, I like Shaky Ground as well. Definitely another slept on song that should have been a single as well. It's just you could definitely tell Ralph was really trying to change his sound, change direction off this album immediately. And it's a shame that MCA Records really didn't market it, excuse me, the way that it should and give it that push that it needed.
Hmm.
definitely. All right. Next track, Who's the Mac?
Oh, I
This is
love
actually
this song.
my favorite Ralph Tresvant song ever.
Wow,
His best song, my favorite song on this album.
this is my favorite too
This
on
one
the
my
album.
favorite as well.
Well, look at God. Look at God. When was the last time we all had a favorite track?
I can't remember the last time we
In a
all
minute.
agreed that we loved that one particular
Hmm.
track off any album we discussed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Definitely. But this is a very distinctive track from Mr. Transvant because it has like a black exploitation feel to it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And to me, the beat was so fucking ill. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It was actually produced by Ralph. No, excuse me, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And it's very different from something that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis would have ever done because, like, especially around this time, they were doing a more melodic kind of shit. Especially
Right.
because around '94 they did the Jada Period album. So
Hmm.
which were one of my favorite albums of all time. To be real with you, um, yeah. But this song right here, Ralph was going in like a motherfucker. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
this is definitely his best song. Better than Sensitivity, better than
Hmm.
Stone Cold Gentleman.
Hmm.
Mm.
Love it.
Better than Rated R.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll go with that.
It was good. It had like a. I felt like he was channeling his inner Smokey Robinson and Marvin Gaye on this
Mm.
track. It had like a Motown '70s sound to it, and I don't. I always wonder why he don't perform this on at shows. He never do this song, you know.
Mm.
And the bad thing is, it never like even the video when the video came out, it didn't get a lot of play. The only place I saw it on was on Video Music Box. Never saw it on BET. Never saw it on MTV. You
Oh
know,
wow.
and again, I'm blaming the record label because the record
Yeah.
label didn't promote his albums.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what
They
I
didn't
said.
promote this.
They didn't market it the way it
Right,
should.
right. They didn't promote this as the first. This is the first single from the album. They didn't promote it.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So how do you get people hyped for his sophomore album when they really didn't care
When
for
they
his first
can't
album?
really see the video for it.
Right. I don't know. I
That's
always
crazy.
loved it. It's underrated. I mean, I never even the New Edition fans. I don't ever hear them talk about nothing from this album. Not
Mm.
this song. Not none of these songs. And
Mm.
it's always Sensitivity. I'm like, he's had like what 3 other albums after the first one. Like,
He had the debut. He had this one
mm,
and Riz Warfare. That's it.
yeah, right. I heard that too. But they don't talk about none of those albums, and which is a shame. But this was a to me it's a classic record. It just wasn't promoted by the label.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
I 1,000% agree with Troy because I mean I had no idea this was even a single, let alone they had a video for this. And
Mm-hmm.
like you just mentioned, if they didn't play it on the big networks like MTV or BET,
Right.
how you expect his fans to know what's hot when it comes to his music?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I mentioned before, MCA failed him with that.
Yeah.
Like, you mean to tell me you had this guy on your label since he was what, like before his teenage years, and y'all still
Yeah.
ain't gave him the marketing push, that drive, or whatever y'all got on your team to make sure that he was a success?
Right.
Y'all really failed him. That's disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Who's the Mac definitely is a dope song that I love, and I know there's another one, a couple of tracks down that we gonna
Yeah.
get into.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it definitely has the like the Marvin Gaye influence of like from the '70s era, like from What's Going On or something like that, you
Yeah.
know?
Right. Alrighty, y'all. Okay. 7:41. Okay, I gotta get on with this one. Track number 4 is Going Down. Um, this is a pretty cool song too. You know what I'm saying? Ralph Tresvent actually did the beat to this one. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Not bad.
It was good. I like the beat for this. Ralph was rapping on this one. It's a nice title track.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is it took a minute for the title track to grow on me, but overall, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I have no complaints.
Definitely. Track number 5, You'll Remember Me. Very dope song. One of my favorites on this album as well. Now, this is definitely a kind of track that shows the maturity in Ralph's transmit, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
pretty much him trying to push up on this girl, but the girl, is playing hard to get. So what he does, he just pretty much just say, okay, well, you'll remember me, and don't regret the next time that you miss me, because I'm on to the next one, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So this one was a pretty dope track.
It was good. It had like a West Coast sound to it. A dope
Mm.
G Funk beat. I enjoyed it. It was the bass line. It was dope.
Yeah, you'll remember me. I like this one too. I could definitely tell that it does have that West Coast influence on here, and again, another song that had the potential to be a single, and they didn't know what to do with it,
Hmm.
or just chose to do nothing with it, I should say.
Right.
Definitely. All right, next track is called My Aphrodisiac. This is another very cool track right here. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much for those who don't know, aphrodisiac is pretty much something that stimulates your sexual desire. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, not a bad track. Definitely. I don't think you
I
would have put
enjoyed
this
it.
as a singles. Niggas can't pronounce this shit.
No, 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 no. This could not. They could not let him get away with that.
Mm-mm. No, I didn't care for it. I wanted to know what stimulated his senses to do this song because I just thought the beat was whack.
Mm,
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
mm. Yeah, I'll admit I had mixed feelings about this track here. I'm not gonna front.
Right.
It's not terrible, but it's kind of like I think where it just loses me is just like the beat. If it would have had like a much stronger beat, I would have liked it more.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like I said, it's not terrible. It's decent.
Right.
Definitely. Respect. All right, next song. When I Need Somebody. This
Ooh,
is
my
definitely
favorite,
vintage.
absolute favorite.
Yes. This is definitely a vintage Ralph Transman song with the 1994 twist. You know what I'm saying? And a perfect choice for a single. Cause he performed this on Soul Train actually.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Because I remember we reacted to this video,
Hmm.
like whatever live performance video we did reactions to.
Right.
This was my pick.
This was great. This was a great ballad. Babyface did this, right?
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Oh, Jimmy Jam. Yeah. This was a
Yeah.
great ballad. They picked a good, the right single for him. You know what I'm saying? They should have did that for all his albums, but the singing, the melody, it
Mm-hmm.
was great. This was a great record.
Yeah, When I Need Somebody is dope. I and I could put this song on repeat all day long if I wanted to, because it's just that good.
Yeah,
I even watched the Soul Train performance a couple of times just because I wanted to hear it again
yeah.
and see him doing it live up there too. And I wish he would have done this live. Like, I mean, come on. I mean, I know he didn't have a whole lot of singles off this album, but at least do that one too.
Yeah, I agree.
You're right. All right. Next track, Sex Maniac.
Oh
I hate
God.
that fucking title.
Me too. Me too.
Um, One of my least favorite songs on this album, to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's a bad track. It's just that this is the point of the album where he kind of trying to get a little X-rated. I guess he was listening to 12 play a lot during this time, so he was trying to compete with that.
Just the lyrics of him saying you better open wide and let me deep inside is like,
Oh my
what
God.
is this? Is this an R. Kelly album I'm listening to? What is this? No, Ralph. This is not you.
This ain't you.
This ain't you. You missed the sensitivity. Like, how do
Yeah,
you go
you
from
you
that to
Mr.
this?
Sensitivity, Stone Cold Gentleman. You not.
Exactly. And the beat was just whack. I didn't
Oh
like
my
it at all.
God, yes.
Yeah, it was bad.
Definitely.
Mm. Oh my God.
Everyone said what they had to
This
say.
is
Oh,
this. I was about to say, okay, this is the latter part of the album that was really, ooh, it was like really going downhill for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
between this one and the next ones we gonna get into, this is where it low key
Mm.
pissed me off. I'm
It's
like,
going down.
literally,
He is not lying.
literally, yeah, yeah. I don't like the title Sex Maniac, and I don't like the melody for it. I just didn't like nothing about it. This was not good.
Yeah.
And like I said, stuff like this, it don't fit Ralph's personality, the way we view him. Like like I said, to me, he a stone cold gentleman, Mr. Sensitivity. Like this right here, this does not suit him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I
know what
agree.
he was thinking about back then or what direction he was wanting to go into. If he was trying to be like the somewhat bad boy like Bobby
Mm-hmm.
back then, but I'm sorry, it's not working.
Nope.
it's not.
No, no, it's not.
All right. Next song, The Booty Affair.
Oh my
And
God, I
no, this
hate
is
this
not
one.
about Puffy's parties. No, judging by the title, you would think it's about Puffy's parties with TD Jakes and shit,
No.
right?
Yo.
No.
Mm.
Mm. I did not like this one either.
That title was bad.
It's horrible.
Who greenlit this shit, yo?
And he freaking wrote this.
Is it crazy I actually like this song?
You like this song?
Yes.
What?
I, I,
What?
I
Out of
like
all
this
the
song.
songs on here? Yo.
I told you I hate the fucking title.
But you like the song?
But you said what?
You like what is he doing on the song? He's not his great singing on here. What is he doing?
Oh my God, I
It's
do
an
not
interesting
like this
song.
one.
What?
You gotta remember, this was the era of the ass. This was the
Okay.
era of the baby got back.
That was done by better artists. So one of them is currently locked up. He did it better.
Yeah, I was about to say that this could have suited R. Kelly better
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because I just can't. I can't believe Ralph wrote this.
Rock was horny on this album, man.
I
He
can't
was a
believe he
little
really wrote this song and
horny
thought that this
devil
was
on this album.
good. This was not a good song right here.
No. It wasn't.
Mm.
He was straight out horny on this album.
That you know what I was now that you mention it, I was just thinking the same thing because it's like these
Yeah,
last few songs it had the same message over
right.
and over again. I'm like, this is a recurring
Yeah.
theme that I'm like, okay, we get it. You wanting to get busy with somebody, I know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's like I know there's more stuff, more material to you than this.
Right.
It don't gotta be about the sex all the freaking time. There's more stuff you can write about other than sex.
He was trying to do what BBD did and what R. Kelly did,
Oh my god!
and you
I
can't
thought
do that,
BBD's from the back was terrible.
right? Do Me Baby, like Ralph couldn't do those songs,
No, it just that's why I said before certain songs or certain material just doesn't fit Ralph's
right?
persona.
Yeah,
It just doesn't work.
right.
Especially the booty affair. Ralph,
Yeah,
I know you got more creative stuff up your sleeve other than this. Like, come on, you disappointed me with this. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay, we got a few more songs to
mm-hmm.
go.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Track number 10, Love at First Sight. This was pretty dope. Pretty dope song. Ralph produced and wrote this song too, you know what I'm saying? So a
Hmm.
more song fitted for him than Sex Maniac and Booty Affair,
And the
I guess.
booty affair.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like this one?
Nah, it was just like there, like is this album filler to me? Like Booty Affair was bad. That title is terrible, but it's like, how do you come back after that? You know what I'm saying? And he didn't. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like this song was just that could have been on the first album. It was just like with the other ballads that wasn't memorable.
Mm. Okay, Love at First Sight. I think he was trying to redeem himself after that disaster booty affair song. I'll get a little bit of credit for that, but it's like this is more suitable for him than the previous two tracks,
Like,
and I kind of feel like yeah, it may have been better off on the first album as well. But if he would have, I mean, to me, if he would have added it on there, that would have been what like six ballads back to back to back, and it's just like you got to have a counterbalance for it.
right.
Like have two ballads, then get an upbeat track, then continue on with that if you want to keep the momentum going or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Love at First Sight more.
Definitely. All right. Next song is Your Touch. I ain't care for this one to be real.
I ain't like this.
Mm, I had mixed feelings about it. I mean, it wasn't too filthy, it wasn't trashy,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just to me it was a little more sensual, but it wasn't nothing crazy.
Right.
So it was decent to
Right.
me. Yeah.
All right. And then we have a G Spot, number 12.
Didn't like it. Did not like it.
Nope.
I like this one.
You,
Of course you would.
wow. So you like all the nasty songs, but they're not really good.
I never said I liked all the nasty songs.
You
He
like the
liked
We'll
Booty
get into
Affair.
it.
certain
You
ones.
like G
He liked
Spot.
certain ones. He liked this one and the booty affair.
Sex Maniac. You like that one?
You said Sex Mania? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sex Mania was dope.
You like all the nasty songs, yo.
Oh my god.
All right.
That's
Now, Sexo.
You like that one?
This one was funny.
Oh my god.
Pretty much, it tells a story about him having a threesome in a recording studio.
With who?
And what?
With who?
It never says.
Mm.
Sexo is pretty much, sexy. He pretty much did the whole sex acronym, so sexy, erotic, rated over and over and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? This one right here was the songwriting was really off. I didn't like the songwriting.
You didn't like
The
the
beat was
song?
the beat was fire. That's all I'm
Wait,
gonna
wait,
say.
hold, hang on. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis wrote this?
Yeah,
Man, come
What were
on,
they thinking?
y'all known for writing hits. Why would you write this garbage?
probably Janet declined it.
Oh, man.
I don't blame her if she declined it. I would have declined it too. Like, what?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Y'all are natural born hit makers for so many artists
Mm-hmm.
over the years. And as creative as y'all really thought Sexo was really it?
No, that title was bad too.
That's a bad title. Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, you already got Sex Maniac and then
Mm-hmm.
Sex O at the end.
No, it's bad.
Oh
Oh
my
man. Reg, you didn't tell me we were doing trash reviews today.
I thought y'all liked this album.
Mm. I thought I did too.
I like it.
Of course you do. You like the nasty songs on here.
No, I'm gonna get more into that. So pretty much, this is actually my favorite Ralph Tresvent album. To be real with you.
I'm not
What?
surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yes, but is it a perfect album?
No,
Nope.
I know.
no, it's
Nope.
not perfect.
But let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I like this. It don't sound like a new edition album. You know
That's
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
It definitely don't sound like a new edition album.
That's for sure. They wasn't jumping on this shit.
He had more creative control on this one and shit too.
He did.
You know,
He didn't have
Yeah.
promotional control. I wish he did.
I wish he had more
Well-
promotional marketing control.
Right.
well, RCA, you know, they
You mean
were
MCA?
losing MCA. They were losing their faith in New Edition at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, not every song is a perfect winner because there are some trash on this album, but
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend it. But if you're expecting the sensitivity, Quiet Boy Ralph, nah, you're not gonna get that with this album. So, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5.
When did they actually gain their faith back in New Edition? Was it Home Again? Because Home Again did well.
Yeah.
That was 96.
Yeah.
But
Well-
before that, they were dropping garbage.
Yeah.
Well, they had to fulfill their contract too. You know,
Oh yeah, that's right. They had to fulfill their obligation to the
Yeah.
label.
And
And
MCA
then-
put all the promotional money in Home Again. That's why it was successful.
Yeah, but the tour was when things really fell apart, and because they
Right.
quit, they
Yeah.
had to pay. They owed them a whole lot of money for it because they didn't hold up their end of the deal,
Right.
and they were getting sued left and right, including MCA.
Mm-hmm. This album is bad. Like the first one was bad, but this might be worse than the first one. Like again, like it's a similar pattern. The first couple songs, he started off strong. When we get to like the middle part of the album, is when it starts to fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like after When I Need Somebody, that's when it starts to fall off. Sex Maniac was bad. The Booty Affair,
Booty Affair.
one of the worst horrible titles for R&B song from Ralph Tresvant. Like R. Kelly could have pulled that off. He ain't R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Keith Sweat could have pulled that off. He ain't Keith Sweat. You know, Your Touch, G Sexo. Like no, he had some of the worst titles on this album,
Oh my god.
and it still had like some singles that could have been promoted. Shaky Ground should have been a single.
Yeah.
You know, the
Who's
title
the
track
Mac?
should have been right. You know, Graveyard was dope. You know,
Yep.
Who's the Mac? They didn't promote that. When I
They
Need
needed
Somebody,
to.
great ballad. When I Need Somebody, they didn't promote that. So again, I blame the record label for this. You know, but now if you, I think an artist like I'll Be Sure could have pulled off an album like this. This remind me so much of Sexy Verses, but it was better. That album from I'll Be Sure was better than this.
His
You know what
best
I'm
album.
saying? But this album was bad. I'm giving it 2.5. I only gave it 2.5 because I actually like the first part of the album more than the first album. But after When I Need Somebody is when it fell off.
Okay, all right. Pretty much, Try summed it up the way that
Destiny's Child album was good. Don't you dare throw shade on Beyonce.
I'm not. I'm throwing no. Because you said all this shit like I don't want to listen to a Destiny's Child album. Were you picking out some shit? This nigga like 2 Destiny's Child albums so far. He's like, you better listen to Destiny's Child.
I'm still not a huge fan of them. Like they They had good albums though. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't rushing to buy the albums. But I could listen to those albums compared to this shit that Ralph did.
Mm.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna get my thoughts. I'm gonna get my thoughts. Okay, it's going down. I have this album physically, but it's rare that I'll bump it. But the only time I will be bumping to it is like to hear the first half of the album.
Mm-hmm.
So anything after When I Need Somebody is where it just tanked
Yeah,
badly.
it went down.
Like the titles of a lot of the songs, like Sex Maniac, The Booty Affair, Sex O, like
Mm-hmm.
Ralph did Ralph really think that was good song titles when he did this album? Cause I'm like, yeah, you got last couple of songs pretty much talking about sex, but I know there's more to him than just that, and a lot of those I could have done without.
Right.
Like I said, he redeemed himself with that one song after the Booty Affair, but then after again he pretty much lost me again
Yeah.
with G Spot and Sexo, and I'm not really crazy about those either. So mm, I'm gonna give this one 3.5 out of 5.
Y'all are being real generous with Ralph Tresvant right now. I
Hey,
love
hey,
it.
hey! Listen. Like I said, like the first 7 songs off this
Mm,
album is where he did it, because if this album was a total flop for me,
mm,
I would have gave him like anything less than what I gave him.
yeah,
Right.
And like I said, I haven't listened to Riz Fair in its entirety ever. I've
mm.
only listened to one song off that album.
I heard it once, but it
Same.
wasn't nothing memorable on it.
Hmm.
Right. But
The
yeah,
only
I'm gonna
song I
end off
listened
this.
to off that Riz Fair album is Love Hangover. And
Like,
that was the only good, excuse me, the only good song I liked. That's it.
Definitely. All right. Well, I'm actually about to end this video off right here 'cause I gotta go. But yeah. Never thought y'all would rate this album the way you did rated it, but it is what it is. So I'm still working on the schedule for next week because I just got my schedule not too long ago.
Okay, well,
All I can say for right,
all right.
you said
Well,
what?
I was about to say I'll message you my days off for the next couple of weeks. So
Okay.
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. So I know this Sunday we're gonna do the Destiny's Child Survivor album. We'll do this one.
I have all their albums.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I know you were a fan like that.
I mean, I kept those over the years. So yeah, I got all of them from the very first one to the second one to Survivor, then to Destiny Fulfilled, and I got their number ones and their Christmas album and with the Love Songs album.
The whole collection she got.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. I think I got all their albums. I got all of Tony Braxton's albums. I got all of Tamar Braxton's albums. I got all Tamia's albums, Tevin
Wow.
Campbell's albums,
Nice.
and Alicia Keys' albums. So
Dope.
A much
Dope.
better review I'm looking forward to than this.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
The only album of Ralph's I don't have is Riz Fair, and I think that one's probably hard to come by, and
Yeah.
I ain't pressed about getting it either.
Yeah, me neither.
Same. But yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys updated. I know both of these albums are out of print, to be real with you. So if you can find them,
Don't rush to
um,
get them unless you really love New Edition and Ralph Tresvant. Be real.
Hmm.
definitely. But hope you all have a good night. Appreciate this try. Appreciate this, Ashley. Thank y'all so much in the chat. Hope you have a safe weekend. You know what I'm saying? So
So,
yeah, peace.
Peace.
peace.